Hi, my name is Chris Ryan. Welcome to Hit Golf Academy. Today we're going to be using BodiTrak, which is a pressure mapping system. And we're going to use that to help us better understand how to move your pressure much better in your backswing. So we are talking about pressure, and I've got my BodiTrak down here and also the information up on the screen there, which you'll see as we progress through this video. And this is the tool that I use during my coaching sessions to help sort of measure and help a golfer see how they're moving their pressure through the golf swing, such an important topic. So let's just go ahead and hit a shot, and I'm going to try and demonstrate something that I would tend to see quite commonly from the golfers that I see through the academy. So I've just got myself a mid-iron here, and I'm just going to try and hit this shot out there towards my target. Okay, and the result was okay. It wasn't the best shot, didn't feel fantastic. And if we look at what's happened there with BodiTrak, we can see that during my backswing, I didn't really shift any pressure under my trail side. I did shift it on the way through, but I really didn't load under my trail side in the backswing. Unfortunately, this would be something that I see quite commonly, a common trait across these golfers who come in for lessons. Now, they often communicate this as maybe the tempo isn't as good as it could be, the timing doesn't feel great, the rhythm isn't great, and sometimes they just find it hard to put their finger on what isn't quite right in the golf swing. It just doesn't feel right. Now, when we look at the best golfers, and obviously there are exceptions to every rule, but generally speaking, when this lead arm reaches around about parallel to the ground in the backswing, so you can see that position there, we would tend to see the golfer by that point have pretty much loaded the most amount of pressure they would under their trail side. So for me, that would be my right side. That number will vary, but it's going to be about 80%. So as a guide, and this is purely a guide, I would look for a golfer to load 80% of pressure under the trail side by the time the arms reach about chest height. You can see from that demonstration that we did at the start that it wasn't quite the same. So this little drill is going to help you if you feel you fall into that category. I appreciate the difficult thing here is you're probably not going to know if you do. You're not going to have a BodiTrak, but this might be a drill you might want to practice next time you go to the range and see if it gives you some different feels and different ideas in your golf swing. I call it the 4 o'clock start drill. So if you can imagine I'm set with this golf ball, down where that golf ball is would be 6 o'clock, above my head would be 12 o'clock, and I'm stood in the middle of a clock face. So if I was to use my golf club and point to 6 o'clock, that would be where I would normally start. This would be 5 o'clock, this would be 4 o'clock. I want to start my golf swing from 4 o'clock. So I'm going to set the club a little higher than the golf ball. At 4 o'clock, I'm going to swing back over the ball, and when I swing down, I'm going to try and obviously make contact with the ball. So let me have a go, and let's see what happens to that pressure shift. So there's my normal start, 5, 4. Okay, and that was a pretty good shot. It's gone a little left of target, but certainly felt different through the swing. And when we play the BodiTrak back, you're going to see quite a big difference there in that I did manage to get around about 80%, maybe a little more, of my pressure onto my trail side, but it was much earlier. Now, this is a drill you can do in practice. You can see I've just hit a shot there. But next time you watch a bit of golf, next time you watch maybe a good player at your golf course or one of the pros on the PGA Tour, the LPGA Tour, what's interesting is many of them, when they're taking their practice swings, and you'll often find they do that sort of this side of the golf ball, will actually employ this drill. It's probably not a conscious thing, but you will often see them start with the club at this 4 o'clock position and then make some backswings. You'll see this quite commonly, that the golfers will often set the club well in front of them to begin with and then make their rehearsal. It's quite common. So we can use that little exercise when we're hitting balls, and it helps us get this pressure shift happening much earlier. The golfers, when I use this, find it much easier because they're starting from here. There's a little bit more momentum going this way. There's a little bit, they find it much easier to start to shift that pressure and build that pressure under that trail side. Just one little point to note here, we are not looking to shift your whole body. We're not looking to move your centers, your mass over onto this right side. We're just looking to use the momentum of the club to help us shift that pressure under that trail side. I'm not 100% sure whether you can actually see the screen from this camera here, but as I make these rehearsals, I'm able to load that pressure under 80% under my right side. And even this would be just a great little exercise for you to do, to start at 4 o'clock and just build that pressure. And then I say, ultimately, you can just go ahead and just clip the ball off the tee peg following that. So pressure shift in the golf swing is really important. It's important that we change it in a positive way to affect the ball flight. As I said at the start, this trace that we see on the BodiTrak system is almost like your fingerprint. Once I've seen your trace, I could almost recognize you just from looking at the BodiTrak system, because how you move your pressure is very, very individual to you. What we do know, however, is that if you start to change that pressure trace, you can change and influence the ball flight. Obviously, we want that influence to be in a positive way. And hopefully shifting pressure better in the backswing is going to help you do that. So I really hope that helped. Sorry, I really hope you liked this video. Let me know whether the introduction of a little bit of technology in these videos, the BodiTrak, is helpful, whether that helps the message come across better, helps you understand better. But thanks for watching. Usual stuff, as always, is down below the video. There is also a button to subscribe over here to my left, so click that if you're not a subscriber. There's also a like button down there, and there is also a comments box. Let me know what you thought of this video. Would you like to see more videos where I use the BodiTrak, where I use the TrackMan, where I use the K-Vest, or would you prefer the videos to be a little simpler? Let me know. It'd be interesting to get your thoughts, because ultimately these videos are here to help you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.